Ever wondered if dragons are real? Well, they are, and they're living among us. But these aren't any typical fire-breathing dragons from fairy tales. These are Komodo dragons, the world's largest lizards with a bite that can take down a water buffalo. But what makes these creatures fascinating, yet so dangerous? Today, we're talking about just that. From their unique traits and surprising encounters with crocodiles and humans, to their conservation status and the ongoing research about them, we've got it all covered. Komodo dragons are the world's largest lizards, reaching up to 10 feet in length and weighing up to 200 pounds. These creatures have a set of unique traits and abilities that make them one of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. Firstly, their deadly bite is venomous. Recent research has revealed that these dragons have venom glands. The venom contains a mix of toxins that can cause shock, paralysis, and even prevent blood clotting. Komodo dragons are also stealthy hunters. They can lie in wait for hours, perfectly camouflaged in their surroundings, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Once they bite their prey, they don't need to chase it down. They just follow it patiently, sometimes for days, until the venom takes effect. Talk about some dedication. And if their hunting skills aren't impressive enough, these dragons are excellent swimmers, capable of crossing between islands in search of food. They're also great climbers, especially when they're young and more vulnerable to predators. And their keen sense of smell, thanks to a long, forked tongue, helps them locate food from miles away. Okay, now how about a fight against another famous predator? Let's take the saltwater crocodile, for instance. Both are apex predators in their respective habitats, but who would win in a face-off? Well, let me tell you, it's not as straightforward as you might think. While saltwater crocodiles are larger and have a stronger bite force, Komodo dragons are quicker and have venomous bites. Plus, they're excellent climbers, which gives them an edge in certain terrains. There have been rare instances of these two predators crossing paths in the wild. In most cases, they prefer to steer clear of each other, recognizing the threat that the other poses. After all, in the wild, it's not just about who's the strongest, but also who's the smartest. But what happens when Komodo dragons come in contact with humans? As human populations expand and encroach on their habitats, encounters between Komodo dragons and humans are becoming more common. And let's just say, they don't always end well. Komodo dragons can be very dangerous when they feel threatened. There have been several reported incidents of Komodo dragons attacking humans, some of which have been fatal. However, most Komodo dragons prefer to steer clear of humans. Now, let's talk about something a bit more serious. Like many of our planet's incredible creatures, sadly, Komodo dragons are facing threats from habitat loss and human activities. But there's hope. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these magnificent creatures and their habitats. The Komodo National Park, established in 1980, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that provides a safe haven for these dragons. Covering over 1,700 square kilometers, the park includes the islands of Komodo, Rinca, and Padar, as well as numerous smaller islands and the surrounding marine areas. In addition to protecting their habitats, conservationists are also working on breeding programs to increase the population of Komodo dragons. These programs involve careful monitoring of nests and eggs, as well as the rearing of young dragons until they're big enough to fend for themselves. Scientists are also studying Komodo dragons to learn more about their behavior, reproduction, and genetics. This information is vital for making informed decisions about their conservation, as they play a crucial role in maintaining the health and balance of their ecosystems. As apex predators, they're at the top of the food chain. This means they have few natural predators and play a key role in controlling populations of prey species. By preying on the weak or sick individuals in the population, Komodo dragons help to strengthen the gene pool of their prey species. This may sound a bit harsh, but in the wild, it's survival of the fittest. Moving on, you might think all Komodo dragons are the same, but that's where you'd be wrong. Yes, they belong to the same species, Varanus komodoensis, But did you know that they're part of a larger family of lizards known as monitor lizards? That's right, they have a bunch of cousins spread out across Africa, Asia, and Australia. As for subspecies, that's a bit of a tricky question. Some scientists believe that dragons from different islands may represent different subspecies. For example, the dragons on the islands of Flores are smaller than their cousins on Komodo and Rinca. But is this enough to classify them as a different subspecies? The jury's still out on that one. Interestingly, the Komodo dragon was named after the island of Komodo, one of the few places on Earth where you can find these creatures in the wild. But their history goes way back. They are believed to have evolved in Australia from a lineage of lizards that dates back more than 100 million years. Yes, that's right. These creatures walked the Earth with the dinosaurs. Over time, they migrated to Indonesia, where they've been living for the last 900,000 years. The isolation of the islands allowed them to grow to their impressive size. Without any natural predators and with an abundance of prey, these dragons had the perfect conditions to become the giants they are today. They were discovered by the Western world in the early 20th century, when rumors of a land crocodile reached Lieutenant van Stein van Hensbroek of the Dutch colonial administration. Of course, he was intrigued, so he set out to Komodo Island and returned with proof of the existence of these incredible creatures. And thus, the Komodo dragon was introduced to the world. And that's a wrap for today's video. The Komodo dragon, a real-life dragon, an apex predator, and a crucial part of our planet's rich biodiversity. So what do you think about Komodo dragons? Are they just oversized lizards or real-life dragons? Got any cool facts or stories to share? Drop your comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature's Flex for more wildlife content. Thanks for watching.